Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
The holidays have arrived at the Home Depot, and we're here to help bring the excitement with decor for every part of your home. Check out our wide assortment of easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees so you can spend less time setting up and more time celebrating. And bring your holiday spirit outdoors with unique decor like one of our Santa inflatables. Whatever your style, find the right pieces at the right prices this holiday season at the Home Depot.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugatz Podcast.
No matter what is happening around the Miami Dolphins season, this show will still party around Dolphins football. We will create a fun and happy atmosphere at the gates of hell as the apocalypse engulfs the football team by getting an entire block and sectioning it off, wearing costumes, my kink, I can finally admit it. Right around Halloween, we're going to do this watch party. We don't do a lot of this. Greg Cody, are you coming? Are you coming to the Kendall watch party? Are you holding out? Is there an appearance fee involved?
No, I would do it for free if I do end up going. But I am scheduled to be at that game. But my knee situation complicates it. That's right around the time of my surgery. I'm going to try to actually make that event if I can.
It's a Miller Lite watch party, October 30th. It's a week from this upcoming Thursday at the Flanagan's in Kendall, Southwest 88th Street and Kendall Drive. $1,500 costume contest. The whole crew will be out there. Come check it out.
Southwest.
We will section off a block, and it's going to be fun. We will make it fun. The thing that I just heard, and I wish we had this audio, and I wish we were secretly recording Tony because I can't believe it happened. He's at FIU Stadium, and he actually said into a hot mic, sort of muttering to himself, "The house I could have built if they had let me." If they had just let me. Now, the only information we have on Tony's FIU career is he tried out as a walk-on one time. They didn't even give him a football. He was just throwing air passes, and then he went home, and they never gave him his real chance. But can you guys please explain to me who overheard that and why it is that he was muttering that into the microphone when he was off air?
I heard it, and it's just as Tony as it can be. Least surprising thing I've ever heard.
Who was the coach at the time?
It was Cristobal. Wow. Wasn't it Cristobal?
Classic poor coaching decision by Mario Cristobal. Was Cristobal your coach
when you walked on?
No, Dan, it was not Mario Cristobal. So I would have walked on around 2013-14. I think that's when they were in kind of flux. Cristobal had just left, and before Butch Davis, I want to say.
Kruger?
So it was kind of somewhere in between.
Was it Lon Kruger?
Was it Isaiah Thomas?
Might have been Lon Kruger.
That's
no, it wasn't
Turner. Ron Turner. I think I made him an NBA coach.
Ron Turner.
Coaching like Oklahoma.
Yeah, Lon Kruger, I don't think it was. But I think it was Ron Turner. But yeah, Dan, I did say it because I have to test the mic when I go to things.
I get Ron and Lon confused all the time.
I'm sorry, Tony. I missed that. I didn't understand why he was employing the Illinois basketball coach at FIU. But this isn't...
We hired an Illinois football coach.
FIU basketball and football are a bit of a way station here for minor league football under the University of Miami. And Tony tried out without a football, with an air football, and he could have built that. Is that Pitbull Stadium?
Dan, I am right now in the Pitbull Stadium, in the bowels of Pitbull Stadium, walking into one of the tunnels here. And if you can see right over my left shoulder right here, that's actually where I was when I was trying out. So about midfield, maybe the 45-yard line, they had a fake under center like this. and I was ready to call my plays, and I was ready to call my stuff. 3-step drop. Okay, boom. We're throwing. All right, give me a 5-stepper. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bounce, throw.
But
boom.
Tony, do you know why
shotgun.
did they not have enough footballs? Like, how many guys were out there, and why wouldn't they just have brought out like a dozen footballs that everyone could have reused?
Yeah, or at least a Nerf
No, see,
ball.
that's a great point, Dan. Yeah, no, that would have been a great point. They actually had tennis balls that they were using for the wide receivers and the DBs, which I could have thrown the tennis ball. But the information that I was given as to why they didn't have footballs for us to try out was because that would have actually taken away practice time and some sort of NCAA bylaws. That if they would have brought out footballs for the walk-ons, they would have actually lost a day of practice with the real team, which I didn't feel really great when they said that to me. I was like, well, we're trying to make the real team, aren't we? And he's like, yeah, but you know. And then I was like, he's like, all right, 5-step talk. I was like, all right, here.
Tony's Top 5 is presented by Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the National Football League. Smirnoff, please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Vodka, 40% alcohol by volume.
I like the idea of Tony arguing with the coach why he can't have a real ball.
It was a quick argument because he's like, yeah, the real team. And then I was like, okay. And then he said 5-step drop, and then I just went back like a robot and started doing 5-step drops.
Quick question. Had they used not a real football, like maybe a Nerf football or maybe one of like that Nickelodeon ball we have behind us here, does that count as practice or no?
No, I think it's got to be pigskin, right? I think if it's pigskin, then they can get docked. But if it was foam, if it was maybe some sort of animal skin that wasn't pig, maybe we could have used it. But again, that's 10 years in the past, Dan. It could have been the house that I built.
Tony says he's loaded today. Top 5, too many OLIs. Let's get through this. Let's start with the first OLI. Tony's top 5 observations from the NFL weekend.
We'll bang out through the OLI really quick. Michael McCorkle-Jones keeps getting it done, Dano. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Appreciate it.
That's Mac
Second
Jones'
OLI,
full name.
Braves revenge game. Yeah, Michael McCorkle-Jones.
McCorkle.
I'm going to ask this one to the class. Ask Trey McBride who he'd rather have at QB. Did you guys see the stats with him and Kyler Murray versus him and Jacoby Brissett? Do you guys know that stat or no?
Brissett targets him so much.
And throws touchdowns to him. Imagine that. You have a really good tight end. Kyler Murray's like, you know what? I'd rather not throw touchdowns to him. I'd rather throw touchdowns to Michael Wilson. But Jacoby Brissett's like, man, this guy's really good. Let me throw him the ball in the end zone, which is usually a good thing when you have a guy who's 6'5" and runs a 4.6. But alas. All right, second last OLI. Jags. Just when I think I'm in, they push me back out.
They're not serious people.
Dan, do you want to say the text that you told me on? You texted me privately when that game started.
Yeah, sure. I just said I have just bet the Jags and I know I'm going to regret it. Like I know the game had not started.
Instantaneously down 21-0.
Because because I believe in them athletically, but they're not serious people.
What do you mean by that?
Insane, Dan. Insane.
I'll tell you. Thank you for asking the question. I'll tell you what I mean by that. What I mean by that is the Jags, every good play that they had in yesterday's game was undone by a penalty. So they had, at one point the announcer said, and the 11th and 12th penalty of this game wipe out a 3rd and 7 sacks for the Jags. Again, the Rams are playing 3 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. 3 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. When I'm telling you that Stafford and Devontae Adams beat the Jags by themselves by just standing there and watching them implode, they're not serious people. Matthew Stafford is doing no-look passes in the Super Bowl because he knows exactly where to throw the ball that's 3 inches. Brian Thomas, you hit him and hit him with a face mask. Trevor Lawrence cannot be trusted to do anything but buck and Bronco like a Clydesdale. They're fools! There, I said it! They're fools!
They exhibit the behaviors of a fool.
Yes, they're not fools. Just act like fools.
I don't know. You haven't been watching the Jags that closely, then. All right, last OLI. Oh, shit, here come the Chiefs. Dan, I think we were wrong.
Woo! So wrong.
Wow. Rashee Rice makes a big difference.
Yeah,
Pretty good. Pretty good player.
Yeah, he's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and that
good.
precision thing where you can throw it to one guy 7 times and every time it's going to be open. Yeah, it makes everybody a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into the top 5 now.
Except Baker.
Number 5.
Baker doesn't need anybody. Baker doesn't need precision with anybody.
Get somebody off the couch, you'll catch a touchdown with Baker. Only if we could teach that to Trevor Lawrence, who is still, again, throwing touchdowns to nobody, but throwing the ball to Parker Washington, of all people. Anyways, we'll get off to number 5 here. The Eagles are going to be all right. The Eagles are going to be all right, Dan. Remember I said that.
Jalen Hurts had the
Still
best
too good
game.
of a team on both sides.
Jalen Hurts had the best game non-Drake May division that was had by any quarterback in the league yesterday. And is it not funny to you guys the way these guys now treat fourth downs? God almighty, they've gone in the other direction. Now these guys are throwing deep on 4th and 1 all over the place because it's a calculated advantage because everybody's selling out to stop the yard. It's crazy.
Dan, I will say this, though. Brian Flores, for as much flack as we gave him here in Miami, has figured out the tush push. I don't know if you guys have talked about it yet. I was getting here to the field. Okay, you line up a guy just on the floor, just in front of the line of scrimmage. Don't let him be on a 3-point stance or 5 point. Just lay him down horizontally on the floor so the guys can't get underneath him. It's probably the greatest way to stop the tush push. I wonder if people are going to use that going forward against Philly or not.
I think the next move, you stack defensive tackles on top of each other. lying on top of each other.
Wow. Just like have 4 guys.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
4 guys up this way. I like
yeah.
Like a pyramid. I like
you
that.
build a wall.
Yes. Shout out to Stan Van Gundy.
You're screwed if they do
Number
play
4.
action, but
Yeah,
Or if they go wide.
Or if they throw to A.J. Brown.
We're trying to stop the tush push, guys. Come on. What are we doing here?
They throw a fade to A.J. Brown against the corner who's 6 inches shorter.
Number 4. The Cowboys aren't dead yet. Keep an eye on them. I know their defense isn't great, but keep an eye on the Cowboys.
So
keep an eye on them, Dano.
Tony, their defense is so
Keep
bad.
an eye on them.
I mean,
What happened to Trayvon Diggs where he got hurt at his house and is in concussion protocol? What is that supposed to mean?
An accident in his home.
when Dak
what's that
Prescott is healthy, that team is always a 12-win team. Now, they may not make it to 12 wins, but when he is healthy, they win. We got to get used to that.
Bingo. Number 3. Through 3 quarters, I was getting ready to vehemently defend the top 5 intriguing teams list I did earlier this season, where Dan laughed at my Giants selection and called it garbage. Then in the 4th quarter, Denver scored 33 points, and I realized I still won the take because I'm a pro Bo Nix guy. Not being take accountable, Dan, that's the best part of my job. Bo Nix, 33 points, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns in the 4th quarter. That Jackson Dart interception was an absolute backbreaker. And then the Giants kicker missed the extra point. I could have kicked the extra point with a bad leg and made it, maybe.
No.
How's that lawsuit going, by the way?
I would have pushed it wide right. I'm actually in talks with your wife to see what's going on here.
Good.
To figure out how I can sue the company.
You need her support?
I might make an appearance over there. Yeah. A lot of people won't touch this case, Dano, because of your name around the city, but I finally found an attorney who I think knows you enough to make something happen. So I'm very excited about that.
I need your support.
Exactly right. Number 2. Going to continue to beat the drum on this, but the Colts are the most complete team in football.
So that's an interesting thing that happened, huh? Like, it can't even be denied right now. In terms of efficiencies marching down the field, they'll put 38 on anybody in a way that's a bit different than the way Kansas City does it, right? Because they've got they're still using the great running back. Nobody needs one of those anymore, but they've got one that's better than all the rest.
And Tyler Warren, who's a really good rookie tight end. Michael Pittman, the ghost of Michael Pittman, all of a sudden catching balls all over the field. They've got 19 guys that can just go out and get a 55-yard bomb. The Colts are exciting. And defense, Lou Anarumo's got the defense playing really well, Dano.
They are the most efficient offense this century when it comes to points per drive.
I saw that.
No, but beyond that,
Yeah,
I
I saw
remind
that.
you that a couple of weeks ago, Zaslow over here was telling us Harbaugh's the greatest coach there's ever been because the Chargers had 2 good games of defense.
All right.
No, but the Colts can do that against anybody. Is
He
the
was
point.
right back then.
I was talking about what they were at that moment.
Can't be late with an opinion, Dan.
have we had a younger ghost of than Michael Pittman?
Why was he a ghost? Because he hurt his ankle?
I mean, for years, the guy didn't do anything. Nah, he hurt his back, hurt his ankle. He was all over the place getting hurt in the injured reserve and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, he's just catching passes from everywhere from Danny Dimes. Crazy.
Jalen hurt.
Good one, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, Dano, number one. We can only save this for the hometown team. Dano, I'm going to give you a couple of letters, and I want you to see what they stand for, okay? You ready?
Yep.
All right, one of the M's in Mike McDaniel stands for?
Oh, are you going to insult him? Moron?
Miserable.
Muerto.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Muerto,
so we're
Dan.
playing
He's
Spanish
un
de
muerto.
culpa. I didn't realize you were doing
We
that.
are.
You got okay. Muerto.
We are playing Spanish.
Okay, un muerto.
Muerto.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you know what the C in Chris Greer stands for, Dan?
Come mierda.
Yeah! All right, Dano.
Thought it was gonna be cool.
Chris Greer stands for come mierda. Ooh, that's another one.
All right, but you
That's a good one,
trapped
too.
me.
I
I
like
don't
that
want to call these people. It's calling Chris Greer a shit
I didn't say
eater.
it. Yeah, I didn't say it. You did.
Eater
I
of
didn't say it.
shit.
You
You
said it.
trapped me.
He exhibits the behaviors of someone who eats shit.
Yes, that's correct.
Sticking with the shit sandwich here. The M in Miami Dolphins stands for
Mierda.
Mahong.
Mahong, a synonym for mierda.
Just a
Nicely
singular
done.
piece.
Yes, one turd.
Just a singular piece of
it's
shit.
not even a pile of it. It's just a single turd. That's right. A Mahone.
Just one
yes, set
singular-
apart from the others, one lonely turd. Yes.
Patrick Mahone.
That was a good one. Gotta
Dude,
go
Greg's
with
on his
Nixon,
game
that one.
today. Unleashed. Dan, what does the T in Tua stand for?
Oh, for the love of God, Tony.
Tremenda mierda.
Tremenda mierda.
Tremenda
Okay,
mierda,
thank you.
Dan. A tremendous turd.
That's right.
A
No,
collection of
it's a
tremendous turds,
that's
Dano.
A collection of tremendous turds is correct.
Exhibits the behavior of a collection of tremendous turds.
All right, these are all important distinctions.
Tremendous.
You're doing important work, Tony. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
He is making the distinctions.
I've got
between-
one last one.
Okay, I thought that was number
good,
one.
another.
I've got one last one. No. That's a continuation. Last one. We'll save it for the boss. One of the E's in Stephen Ross stands for what, Dan?
No say.
You got to think about this one. Think about what he's doing, where he sees his
Think
team
about it,
right
Dan.
now. One of the E's in Stephen Ross stands for, you ready?
Yep.
He's encojonado, Dan.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
encojonado. That's what he
That's
is.
right. That is right.
He's encojonado with the team.
That's right. He has lost his...
Encojonado with the team, Dan.
So how do I translate encojonado?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's without...
He is so upset. He's so
he has no
upset that he's
testicles
without
anymore.
balls.
He is,
His balls fell off from how upset he
De
is.
pinga.
Mangina?
No, well... Okay. I didn't think we could descend further than turds, but thank you, Tony, for
Sin
taking
pinga.
us.
I liked that one.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you.
the awkward
Limpia casa,
dismount.
Dan. We got to get rid of these cucarachas in the house. It's over. Clean house for the Dolphins. The entire thing.
That's right. I don't know why, Greg.
Thank you,
I don't
Chris.
know why your son just shouted "Sing Pinga" into the sky, trying to get in on the merriment and the fun.
Howdy, listeners. It's Mike Ryan and Chris Cody.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Chris. We
Hey,
love
Mike.
hanging out so much. You were at my birthday the other day.
You're old.
You know what I saw in your hand?
What?
A can of Miller Lite.
Oh.
Whether it's a can, whether it's a bottle, a draft pour of Miller Lite. The draft pour, you see that beautiful iconic color
The cold.
right away.
Just the ice coldness to it. Oh, it's just so good.
Yes, Chris, the ice coldness to it. Oh, whether you're hanging out with me on my birthday because I'm old or you're at a game, you know that Miller Lite just makes every special time a Miller time. That's how you make the special times, by making them Miller times. Game day just hits different with Miller Lite in your hand.
Hitting different.
From jaw-dropping touchdowns to fantasy heartbreaks, it's a beer that has been there for every moment. 50 years of great taste, simple ingredients, and that iconic golden color. That coldness, Chris.
That icy coldness.
That icy coldness. The original light beer since 1975, and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
icy coldness.
Quick break here to talk to you about the official ticketing partner of the Dan Le Batard Show. Folks, it's Mike Ryan. You know how much I love this product. I use it frequently. I'm often buying tickets on the secondary market. And for me, Game Time has always been the best place to go for NFL tickets, concert tickets, comedy shows. It's just the best. Here's why. zone deals, favorites, panoramic seat views, the lowest price guarantee, where Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. I love that thing. Game Time's ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. You get all those guarantees, pal. Join what many in our show have already done. They download that Game Time app. Because Game Time guarantees you can trust you'll be getting 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone that's constantly adding stuff to different carts on random websites. Like there's a teal Marlins hat that's been calling to me for like 2.5 years that I'm constantly getting advertisements for. Is something eventually I'll purchase because I keep those things in the cart. Then I see it, that beautiful glowing purple shop pay button. Boom, checkout's done. I don't even have to get up and find my wallet. That, my friends, is Shopify magic. That little purple button means that the store is powered by Shopify, which doesn't just make it easy to buy, but ridiculously easy to start and run your own business, too. Whether you're a giant like Mattel or Gymshark or, just launching something weird from your garage, Shopify has your back. Let's be real, if we can run a show with this much chaos, you can run a business with Shopify. With hundreds of beautiful templates, tools for payments, inventory, analytics, marketing, it goes on, and it's all in one place. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard. Shopify.com/Batard.
Don Le Batard.
I want to address Tony and all men who would wear that shirt in public.
Stugats.
Don't do it.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I did want to talk for a second because I've rambled
Being
on
told
this.
Tony has one more thing.
Really quick. Dan, tomorrow, behind me, Vice City situation at FIU Stadium. The FIU Panthers, Paul's up, are playing Kennesaw State right here, 7 p.m. at Pitbull Field. They may invite me to be on the field here. I don't know. That's what I've been heard from my boy Darren, who's letting me know, giving me a thumbs up. I don't know.
Okay, so thank you. I'm glad we went back
honorary
to you on
captain.
That. Okay, so
Wow.
yes,
Honorary captain, by the way.
Seems like it was probably contingent on him getting that last line out there. That's what access at Pitbull Stadium costs us.
What gives you that suspicion, Mike? Was that how smoothly he threw it just in?
One more thing.
At the end.
What does the F and FIU stand for, Tony?
After I've given you encojonado as the last one more thing, I forgot the more important one more thing, which is why I got access to this stadium that I could have built if my air passes a million years ago hadn't violated NCAA practice rule.
The I in FIU stands for I gotta get this one in, boys.
Worry with those practice throws, Tony. I don't want you to get hurt out there.
By the way, really quick, there's one more thing. There's one more thing. Really quick. I promise you. It's really quick. Look what I discovered back here. Danny, swivel the camera really quick. This goes back to last week when we were talking about this. Here you go. Hold on. Can you guys tell me what that looks like right there? That seems to be a goalpost, right? That looks to be a goalpost right here. And where the kid was people come in.
Right. That was such a still
shot. Right, so wait, so heavy?
Oh, wow, look at that, boys.
Okay, so it's
look
not
at
that
the
heavy.
4,000-pound
Look at that.
field goal post.
Look at that.
Weight distribution. You
what do
boys
you want
just
me to do
learned.
Look at that. Tony Calatayud finds out. Tony Calatayud finds out a new podcast where
you want me to pick them both up?
He exposes.
That looks like a dollar store field goal post.
Thank you for doing this, Tony.
Good
It was
work.
an asinine conversation last week.
Good work, Tony. We appreciate the help. I don't think.
Thank you, Dan.
Could the bigger schools have, bigger
Heavier
ones?
ones. Just
FCS goalpost, is that what you're saying?
What are we doing here?
How do you imagine the tryouts are for the bigger school where the kid goes out who throws air passes there? Like, do you realize how far from the very fringes of football Tony was throwing walk-on air passes in a stadium where he couldn't even get footballs?
The big schools do air passes, but you wear full pads, everything, full contact.
He could have built that house, though.
So I want to talk to you, though, guys, about I've rambled a bit on the subject, but the precision of football, right? Because I do get fascinated by the idea that Devontae Adams, who I didn't think was a number one wide receiver, has dedicated his life over the last 15 years to I will run exactly 14.3 yards on this route. I'm going to practice it, and I'm going to keep practicing. It's not going to be 15.3 yards. It's not going to be 13.3 yards.
On Devontae Adams, you were right at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't be late with an opinion, Dan.
He was bad.
He had a lot of drops his first season, but the idea that athletes of this caliber would dedicate themselves to staying atop money by being as precise as the Rams demand you must. McVay's ahead of the game, got to stay ahead of the game. Tua can get stripped down to nothing that fast. McDaniel, too. He was first to, I'm the next Belichick. I can have any broadcasting job. I'm smarter than everyone else. I'll do it if I've got Whitworth. I'll do it if I've got Gurley. I'll do it if I've got Goff. I'll do it if I've got Stafford. I'll do it if I have no wide receivers yesterday. And I'm going to London and playing at 6 a.m. for my fans. And I'm going to drag Jacksonville, that has all the number one picks, in their offense. Because I'm a better organization, because I'm the Rams, and I will be feared by everyone in the playoffs, because the military school we run on numbers and precision, just get Puka's hands open. It doesn't have to be the rest of him, just where his hands are. You can't be sloppy against that. You can't. When Brian Flores is working his way back into the league because a discrimination lawsuit is laughed at as everything he told you about the organization comes unraveling, and he's devising, how do I stop that play that Jason Kelsey is arguing for as that team wins 20 of 21 because there's a play that can't be stopped? No, Flores, let me see if I can figure out how to stop it. These are military schools. There are giant economies that are studying all day and night to how do we beat the Eagles, and you fall behind like that. The precision of the Rams is a tribute to excellence. And Stafford, I will add, because Stafford survived everything that the Lions were organizationally, got out, and I'm telling you, if he plays them in the playoffs, he's going to beat them, and I'm telling you that if he played for that team right now, he's the one who could go get Mahomes because they figured out at the top of the game that if you're healthy and precise, Drew Brees was trying to beat them. They've got a precision that is so crazy that Jacksonville, with Travis Hunter out there, they're just slinging it. So Devontae Adams has never had that kind of game, and Stafford hasn't either, and they've got no wide receivers.
Remember before the season started, we weren't sure. Like, it felt like Stafford wasn't going to play this year. That wasn't that long ago.
He's the fourth best quarterback in the league, right? After Allen, Mahomes, and a healthy Jackson.
I want to talk, though. I want to get back to talking about the idea, though, of when we're doing this stuff that we're watching happen with Belichick, where you see how quickly someone can get stripped of genius. McVay cut bait on Goff so fast. Nobody cuts bait that quickly on nope, let's go get Stafford. We were just a Super Bowl team. People hold on to their jobs. They're afraid. But if you're in your early 30s and you're actually smarter than everyone else, you're not pretending all the time, and you get the right quarterback with which all you have to do is, yep, Matt, I'll support you everywhere. Just keep being that precise, please. Meet me at precision. Keep throwing the ball there and there and there every time. No-look passes. Mahomes did that yesterday. You saw Mahomes did the no-look pass because he's feeling comfortable again. And Rice is pointing to him like this. The miles that these men run in feet that get Deion Sanders' amputated toes, like in precision of, no, we'll do it 14.3 yards. 14.3 yards.
It's all right, Dan. That's a little too much. Invoking Deion Sanders' toes. And if you say they just need Puka's hands open for a fourth time this show, we're stopping you.
Penalty box.
I probably deserve it. I just can't believe that there's a machine that's more precise than all the others in that game. We marvel and value all this stuff, and then Baker Mayfield gets out there and we can't explain how it is that he got to 35 points when none of his receivers are there. Compare it to what we just happened in Miami, which was a Ferrari with a spark plug that went wrong. A fragile thing that if a leg breaks, you're done. You're finished.
Historically so.
Yeah, but accuracy was supposed to be to his strength, and it is. He has going into yesterday, he had the best red zone passer rating in the league. His completion percentage was second best in the league. So accuracy, you mentioned precision. Accuracy is supposed to be his forte. So theoretically, Mike McDaniels agrees with McVay. He just can't pull it off like McVay does.
Yeah, but it's not just the accuracy with two of these days anymore. I know Xavier Howard said this after week number 1, but it really does appear if the first option in the first second of the ball being snapped is not there, it is panic time.
I agree with that. And plus, his lack of a running option is just extreme. to the point where he's one-dimensional in a way that hardly any other quarterbacks are.
Doesn't even make sense to me when you're talking about that was number one in the league in passing. Like that, the second option and third option were there because he was getting rid of the ball faster than everyone else was, faster than Tom Brady ever did. Before we go any further, I've got a couple of things that I'm remiss on. One, I have failed today. That it is a couple of hours into the show, and I've not mentioned that in a baseball game, unlike anyone I have ever witnessed, and whoever it is that saw Babe Ruth play does not have the story to tell that we do if we're not numb to these things. The idea that Shohei Ohtani hit 3 home runs in a playoff game to clinch a World Series berth, one of them out of the stadium, and also struck out 10 men throwing the ball 100 miles an hour, makes him an extraterrestrial that has never existed on Earth before, and that game is the single best playoff game a player has ever played, Babe Ruth included. Like, there's no getting around. We saw that by leaps and bounds, the most amazing athletic feat of the weekend was Shohei Ohtani, and there is no close second place.
There will never be a close second. Only 12 hitters ever had hit 3 homers in a postseason game. Only 26 pitchers ever had recorded 10 strikeouts and 2 hits or less and no runs in a postseason start. He did both. That's per just.
I mean, he's the only pitcher they're letting hit nowadays, though. So how's anyone else supposed to do it?
It is superhero athleticism. It is stuff you will tell people about 100 years from now, and they will not believe it existed.
Time out. Chris, what did you just say?
What in the world?
What other pitchers are hitting in today's baseball?
That's why. Because they're not allowed to. Oh, man, if Max Scherzer's like, if you put me at plate, man, I'll take the 1 yard. That's what you're saying?
I'm just saying, one pitcher is currently hitting these days. They should let more pitchers hit.
Did you hear the numbers I just said?
You're not wrong.
What are we doing?
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Folks, fuel your game day with the unbeatable crunch of Hampton Farms, the official peanut of bowl season. Perfect for sharing with friends, tailgating outside the stadium, or cheering from the couch. Grab a bag from the produce aisle of your local grocery store and savor the game one peanut at a time. Let's get nutty.
All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DAN. That's code DAN to bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Don Le Batard.
You don't remember the idea for
I was
a home
probably
run
like,
call?
that kind of thing. Something.
Okay, no. The home run call was that kind of swing, that kind of thing.
Stugats.
Oh. It's a good call.
Thank you. And plus, it doesn't matter who's hitting it. Like, you're not tailoring it to a particular name. You know, all that jazz. You know, you don't got to do that. You just
Oh, that would be a great call.
Up, that kind of swing, that kind of thing.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
I mean, I'm not saying any other pitcher would be Ohtani, but half of the major league pitchers hit 488 in high school, right? Like
keep talking.
Like pitchers in high school were probably the best hitter on their team as well.
Who's the pitcher?
Wait, Jeremy, what'd you hit?
Who's the pitcher that's being held back right now? Who could be hitting?
Okay, you guys need to stop doing this because you're really minimizing the level of expertise that it's taking present day to hit a baseball. Like, pitchers can no longer do that.
No, Ohtani is a unicorn. And look, by some metrics, he's having a bad postseason in that he's hitting like 208 or something. But he's got 5 home runs and 2 pitching victories. There's been nobody like him.
There's got to
since
be a
Babe Ruth.
pitcher right now that's like, let me get some ABs, coach. That could help.
12 hitters ever with 3 homers in a postseason game. 12 hitters that were just hitters have ever hit 3 home runs in a postseason
One of
game.
them went out of the stadium. I have not seen that there before.
We're still looking for it.
I don't. Maybe that happens all the time now that he plays there.
No, they put a marker out in right field for Kyle Schwarber's homer in an earlier round this postseason because nobody hits the ball that far, and he hit it like 30 feet further as he struck out 10 guys in a game.
It is absurd beyond absurd, and that you guys would make it a conversation of I want to see Chris Hammond hit more.
What a pull! I swear I was going to say Mike Hampton.
He wasn't bad.
I also had Chris Hammond
He
in
could
my
hit.
holster.
He wasn't bad.
Mike Hampton
he
right
was
now
good.
is sitting somewhere saying, "Hey, give me 600 bats."
Yep, damn right.
He could hit.
I can't believe you just pulled Chris Hammond.
Yeah.
You're
Not
looking at
bad.
my brain.
Yeah, pinch hitter in the World Series.
Oh. You don't think there's any pitchers? I know. I'm obviously Ohtani's great. There's got to be some pitchers out there like, Coach, let me get an AB.
But this is the part. This is the only part. I understand that this is the part that frustrates me. I would say just in general, wherever it is, that language barrier and baseball and foreignness makes someone not the star they should be, because in the sport of Mike Trout, somebody who hits and pitches what he just did is so Ruthian, so super heroic. The people who appreciate baseball understand that no other human being who has ever lived has that collection of talents in his body. It's the kind of game he just had. If we sent a major leaguer to play against 6th graders, where he'll hit 3 home runs and one of them will be further than any of the 6th graders have ever seen. He's playing against all other major leaguers. They can't hit him at 100 miles an hour, and he hits the ball further than I've ever seen it hit.
And he only started pitching again in the middle of this season.
Yeah.
He had not pitched in over a year.
Dan, I kind of need CSI Baseball to take a look at the Anaheim Angels or Los Angeles Angels or California Angels or whatever Angels they were. Like, you guys had Trout and Shohei at the same time, and you were horseshit? And Pujols. How did that happen? How is that possible?
And Rendon, they paid $250 million for him too, and then they had no pitching, is how it happened.
I think you could put every major league pitcher in a high school game right now against one of the better high school pitchers, and not one of them would have the game Shohei Ohtani just did in the MLB postseason.
It's lunacy. It's total. What that man just did, what I was beginning to say is, I wish the American media knew how to cover this person in a way that would grant him the stardom that would make him a bigger thing beyond over the line. That this is no problem in Japan, obviously, right? They recognize the history of the game. Hell, the game grew as the cultures shared it, and what has been birthed is the single greatest baseball player that has ever existed, someone who would make Babe Ruth pale in his shadow. And the playoff game he just had is something they will talk about 100 years from now.
How much is he making this year?
$2 million.
That is hilarious.
A good value.
That's crazy. But there is one measure by which Babe Ruth continues to be the most talented player ever, and let me give it to you. And this is you think I'm setting this up for a joke. I'm not. This is the truth. Early in the 20th century, baseball players used to work during the offseason to make extra income. Babe Ruth worked during the offseason singing on a vaudeville stage. So I want to see Ohtani do that. Okay?
He's got you there, Dan.
Gotcha.
Can we look that up, see if it's factual?
Of course it is.
How much Babe Ruth earned singing in a vaudeville show in the offseason to make extra coin?
A lot of players did it because they were trading on their name. They were celebrities, so people would go to the vaudeville.
They would be shows. They'd be shows, and there's the great Babe Ruth in the before television, cable, or the internet.
That's correct.
Influencers of their day. It's kind of like how every athlete has a podcast now.
The 1920s.
Yeah.
Yes, Babe Ruth did sing in vaudeville during tours in the 1920s. He performed a variety of acts that included singing, telling jokes, and even trying his hand at mind reading. These performances were part of his postseason tours and were popular attractions due to his celebrity status.
Being Babe Ruth, booyah was not allowed back then.
Yeah, that would have had you sat in a different section.
Booyah!
I don't know why you would then do it.
I don't even know what that means. I got to think.
Do it again.
That's a 3 facts, Jack, from the Greg Cody Show, by the way. That fact on Babe Ruth. I'm there for you. People, I'm there for you.
The other thing that I'm remorseful about today is that I have not gotten to Zaslow's travel story that Mike Ryan embargoed from me earlier in the show. What are you saying, oh, yeah, about?
I want to hear it.
You don't know anything about it.
No.
2 people know about this story, and Mike Ryan embargoed the story. I've never had such trouble getting a story. I wanted it. Neither one of them would give it to me. What happened?
All right, Dan. Well, you know how I travel with ESPN college football campus. Or this weekend I was in South Bend, all right? Notre Dame, USC, fun game. You know how they treat me with the travel. They treat me very well. Matter of fact, sometimes first class available, like when I flew home yesterday. I sat first class. They treat me very well, ESPN, on my travel. But I book my travel, okay? I book it through a system. It's on me. Obviously, they pay for it. I have a certain status, blah, blah, blah. So I'm flying to South Bend on Friday morning, but I have to stop through Chicago, through O'Hare Airport. Okay, fine, I've done that.
Stop.
Okay, I've done. You can't fly straight to South Bend.
South Bend is tough from Miami.
They have one terminal.
not
There's
a lot
like
of-
6 gates. It's really small.
It's going to take a couple of
Do they
flights.
still call it International Airport,
They
which
do.
is my biggest
They
pet
do,
peeve in the world?
because they apparently have one flight that it probably flies to the Caribbean, so they get to call themselves an international airport. Anyway,
It's a ridiculous place to put a football stadium.
I'm flying to South Bend through Chicago. And when I get to Chicago, I have a very short layover. I'm walking over to my gate. Okay, no big deal. I get to the gate. I sit down. I see on the board there it says South Bend. And it says the time of the next flight is 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm confused as hell. I'm trying. 2 hours and 45. That's how long it took me to get here from Miami. 2 hours. I take out my phone. I open up a map of the United States on my phone. Illinois and Indiana are right next to each other. How can it be 2 hours and 45 minutes? I send Amber Wilson a text message. Amber, I'm sitting here at my gate. It says 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is that possible? She says, are you sure you're flying to South Bend? I go, I think so. She goes, it's not possible. I go, right? I'm really confused. It gets to the point where they're calling the boarding groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. American Airlines I'm flying. They get to my group. I'm one of the first people to board. Got good status, Greg. I get up. I show my boarding pass on the American Airlines app. They scan it. You're good to go, sir. So I'm walking in. It's one of those deals where you got to go outside, because it's a really small airplane.
Yeah, commuter jet.
I saw the seating map. It's 2 seats on one side,
One on the other.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
I'm in
small
one of the
plane.
ones.
Yeah.
Got a lot of room. All right, small plane. I'm walking through the terminal gate now. I take the steps downstairs. There's a bus waiting for me.
No,
it's a bus.
Is it taking you to the plane?
The bus on the side of the on the side of the bus, it says American Airlines. I'm like, okay, cool, shuttle bus taking me to my plane. Be like a minute, no big deal. I get on the bus. I sit in the first seat. It's going to be a quick flight, quick ride, 30 seconds. I sit in the first. I don't even take my backpack off. I sit in the first seat, immediately behind the driver. People are starting to get on. They're looking at their phones. They're sitting in assigned seats. Why the fuck are you sitting in an assigned seat on this bus right now? And all of a sudden, this woman is standing next to me. She's confused. I'm apparently in her seat. I'm looking around at all these people.
She got that good bus seat.
I say to the bus driver, are we taking this bus to South Bend? She goes, yes. I go,
now it makes sense.
okay, I'm in the wrong seat. And I get up and I go, I'm in 4C. I get up and I sit down. I'm so confused. And then moments later, the bus driver, by the way, if you were wondering if there's going to be, drink and snack service, there's not. But the bus driver, she gets on the PA.
Yeah.
She gets on the PA and she says, just so everybody knows, this bus is heading to South Bend. Some people might be confused.
Oh.
I'm sitting on this bus. I can't believe
You thought it was two airplanes, two little airplanes. You were
2
flying.
hours and 45 minutes.
You had no idea the second leg of this first-class flight was a bus. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Can the second leg of your first-class flight ever be a bus?
This woman then gets on. We haven't gotten off the we haven't pulled out yet to leave. She goes, we're waiting for the go-ahead to pull out from the air tower. I'm like, woman, air tower? We're on a bus. Air tower.
I mean, you're a seasoned travel veteran. Has anything like this happened to you?
Have I ever taken an American Airlines bus
why would
somewhere?
anyone
No.
book a bus through American Airlines?
Why would the bus say American Airlines on it? You're not an airline. You're a bus.
And it was just a normal terminal, like one of the gates?
Completely normal.
How full was this flight?
Oh, the bus was full.
Was it a cheap flight? Did you think, wow, this is a cheap flight?
I don't know. I don't pay for it. ESPN does. I have no idea. Why would I assume that when I'm booking my air travel through American Airlines
Right.
that it might be a bus?
Was there any turbulence on the drive?
South Bend is about a 3-hour drive from Chicago Airport, right? So you couldn't just take another small flight anywhere closer to
The
that.
funniest thing was when Zaz started the story, I was going to say, you flew to South Bend? Why didn't you just fly to Chicago and drive from there?
I thought there was a different Chicago in another state. That's where I thought we were going.
I text Amber Wilson. I said, you're not going to effing believe this. And then I just wrote, I want to go home.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.